What are common flowers in Japan? Japan is well known for its beautiful and diverse flora, and there are many common flowers that are traditionally associated with Japanese culture and aesthetics. Here are a few examples. Cherry blossoms, sakura. These delicate pink or white flowers are a national symbol of Japan and are celebrated each spring during the sakura season. Chrysanthemums, kiku. These colorful flowers are a symbol of the Japanese imperial family and are often used in traditional art, clothing, and decoration. Iris, ayame. These elegant flowers are often found in Japanese gardens and are associated with the arrival of summer. Lotus, asu. The lotus is a sacred flower in many Asian cultures, and is often depicted in Japanese art and literature as a symbol of purity and enlightenment. Japanese camellia, tsubaki. These beautiful flowers come in a range of colors, from white to pink to red, and are often used in traditional tea ceremonies and as a decoration for the new year. Japanese apricot, yung. This tree produces delicate pink or white flowers in early spring and is associated with the arrival of springtime. Peony, botan. These large, showy flowers are often used in Japanese flower arrangements and are associated with wealth, honor, and good fortune. These are just a few examples of the many beautiful flowers that can be found in Japan. Each region of the country has its own unique flora, so there are many more flowers to discover and enjoy. What are the three national flowers of Japan? There is no official national flower of Japan designated by the government, but the cherry blossom, sakura, chrysanthemum, kiku, and the Japanese plum blossom, yum, are often considered to be the de facto national flowers of Japan due to their cultural significance and popularity. Cherry blossoms are highly revered in Japan and have come to represent the transience of life, as their beautiful flowers only bloom for a short period each year. Chrysanthemums are a symbol of the Japanese imperial family and have been associated with the country's culture and art for centuries. The Japanese plum blossom, on the other hand, is often depicted in Japanese literature and poetry as a symbol of perseverance, as it is one of the first flowers to bloom in late winter, before the arrival of spring. What is the Japanese limang-petal flower? The Japanese limang-petal flower is called Goshoguruma in Japanese, which translates to five-petaled wheel in English. This flower is commonly known as the Japanese star anise, Illicium anise autumn, or simply the anise flower. It is a small, yellow, star-shaped flower with 5 petals that grows on an evergreen tree native to Japan and China. The tree is known for its distinctive anise-like fragrance, which comes from the essential oil contained in its leaves and flowers. The anise flower is not to be confused with the Japanese cherry blossom, which is also a 5-petaled flower but has a different shape and color. What is a rare Japanese flower? What is Japan's favorite flower? The Japanese cherry blossom is the national flower of Japan and is by far the most popular. These flowers can be enjoyed and admired during spring, and there's even a cherry blossom festival during this time that takes place in cherry blossom gardens all over Japan, August 27, 2019. ProFlowers.com. What is Japan's signature flower? About Japanese seasonal flowers. The Japanese people have a strong appreciation for flowers, especially the cherry blossoms. In fact, the cherry blossom is so well loved, it has been the national flower of the country since ancient times. What do pink roses mean in Japan? Confidence, trust, and happiness. Pink roses mean confidence, trust, and happiness. Yellow roses let a partner know you are feeling jealous. Camellias have deep historical meaning in Japanese culture. Among the samurai, red camellias represented a noble death. Outside of that, they symbolize true love. Is lotus flower Japanese? The lotus flower is revered in Japan for its ability to rise from the dirty, murky waters to bloom into a beautiful pure flower. This process symbolizes attaining enlightenment. Lotus, showing the way to enlightenment. What does a yellow rose mean in Japan? Courage. In Japan, yellow roses, meaning goes a bit beyond happiness and cheer to also mean courage or inner strength. So, you might consider giving one yellow rose, meaning you're in support of that person as they face a challenge or difficulty. What is the flower of Tokyo? The Some Yoshino cherry tree was developed in the late Edo period, 1603 hanggang 1867, by early horticulturists as the result of wild cherry tree cultivation. The light pink blossoms can only be enjoyed for a short time, making it a highly popular orchard tree throughout Japan. What is Kiku flower in Japanese? Chrysanthemum. The chrysanthemum has been cherished in Japan for a long time. The flower called Kiko no Hana or Kiko in Japanese is native to China and was originally imported to Japan as medicine from China. What is the Zen flower called? Gardenia is also known as the Zen flower, resulting in an aromatic and floral tea with a subtle fruit anise and a sweet finish. What is kawaii flower? The name, kawaii, means cute in Japanese to describe the adorable flower size and shape. What are Fuji flowers? Wisteria floribunda, common name Japanese Wisteria, Teng, Fuji, is a species of flower-eating plant in the family Fabaceae, native to Japan. Wisteriopsis japonica, synonym Wisteria japonica, is a different species. Growing to siyam na metro, 30 feet, Wisteria floribunda is a woody, deciduous twining climber. What are the pink flowers in Japan? Sakura. Cherry blossoms in Japanese are known as sakura, and it would not be an exaggeration to say they are a national obsession. Different varieties of cherry blossoms bloom at different times, but most hit their peak in Tokyo at the end of March to the beginning of April. From cherry blossoms to sunflowers and hydrangeas, Japan is a country in bloom. The change of the seasons and the floral displays they bring are celebrated across Japan. From the keenly anticipated cherry and plum blossoms to the cheery sunflower, flowers hold a special place in Japanese society. There is even an ancient language of flowers known as Hanakatoba, by which many blooms are ascribed symbolic meaning. Flowers and plants play very important roles in various circumstances in Japan throughout the year, she says. Particular flowers and plants which represent each 4 seasons are arranged, displayed and sometimes eaten according to the specific occasion and traditional celebration. Tazawa's favorite floral spectacle is the iconic cherry blossom, sakura. Seeing cherry blossom in early spring is always very special, she says. It is the sign of the end of cold winter and the coming of spring. It is absolutely breathtaking as well as uplifting. It also gives bittersweet feeling to many people in Japan as April is the beginning school year and many people start a new phase in their lives. Even though sakura is Japan's best-known bloom, no matter what time of year you visit, there is sure to be a beautiful floral display to greet you. Here, some of our favorites. The flowering of the yum is a welcome harbinger of the oncoming spring. The blossoms of the Japanese plum, also known as the Japanese apricot, were the original inspiration for the Japanese pastime of Hanami, flower viewing, before cherry blossoms won favor in the 8th century during the Heian period. Yum festivals, or Yum Matsuri, are still beloved events that draw crowds out of winter hibernation to picnic under boughs laden with fragrant pink and white petals. One of the most scenic Yum Matsuri is the Odawara Plum Festival in Kanagawa Prefecture, where 35,000 plum trees bloom against the silhouette of Mount Fuji. Each year the land of the rising sun eagerly awaits the Japan Meteorological Agency's forecast for its most famed floral event, cherry blossom season. Cherry trees bloom in a wave from south to north between mid-March and early May, followed by countless Hanami picnics. Often accompanied by pop-up food stalls, yatai, sakura viewing has a carnival-like atmosphere. The season begins with Kaika, the first blossoms, building Tamamka, peak blooming, and finally Hanafubuki, a cherry blossom blizzard, when clouds of petals fall like a snowstorm on enraptured onlookers. Where to see them? Mount Yoshino in Nara Prefecture is often credited as Japan's pinnacle Hanami site, with tens of thousands of cherry trees spilling down the hillside. In Tokyo, visit the trendy Nakameiguro district, where more than 800 cherry trees line the Meiguro River. Wisteria is a common motif in Japanese arts and culture, and retains noble connotations harking back to feudal times when commoners were forbidden to wear purple.